What's up, everyone? It's Paul, the MMA Shark, and I'm here to talk about a little bit what has happened since we've last done a video. A couple of the cards. There's been 4 cards since we've last done a video here. With no UFC last weekend, I wasn't on. I'm back in full force. Right now is go time. The next 6 weeks, we have pivotal, huge main events, huge undercards, huge prelims, huge co-main events. Just honestly, the best MMA of 2022 is now here. And I'm going to tell you what, the MMA Shark, I am February hot right now. And what I mean by February hot, the month that I went for 93 units, that's how I've been hitting cards lately. A little bit of a tough stretch in the summer, the end of July and August 20th. Since that, it's been nothing but fire. All of that back plus some. 393 units year to date. I'm about to have a big party when we hit 400 units. And I hope that I could just hope this much. I just hope some of you guys are a part of it. Cash with me. www.themmashark.com is where you want to go. There's a promo code on there automatically. When you go to the site, it's going to pop up. It's going to be valid up until the next UFC card. So there's never a better time to join. The next couple weeks are just insane. And, my system's not a get rich or go broke on one card. Give it 3 months and see where you're at. There's never been a point in the 7 years that I've been doing this that in a 3-month span you're not up units. So keep that in mind when you're looking at buying a subscription. It doesn't happen overnight. We have our cards that are just the fire cards where, we make 40, 50 units in a night. That's great and all, but, then our bankroll's in a great spot for the next card. It's a long-term investment that just doesn't lose. So, and, you can make quick money too. I have a lot of subscribers that buy a month's package and kill it on one card and leave. I mean, if that's your thing, go ahead, but you're leaving a lot of money on the table. So, heading into October, September, I hit cards at 9 and 2. 9 and 2 in September, had a very good month, a profitable month. UFC was up in September. We head into October. And just to address the elephant in the room, that would be the Brendan Allen versus Krzysztof Jotko fight. My last video, I did have a free play. It was recorded on Wednesday of Fight Week. I released Krzysztof Jotko as a free play. And then on my Facebook, I post all my results, win or lose. A couple people that saw the video saw that we won 4 units on Brendan Allen and that we won another unit and a quarter on Brendan Allen by any finish. Yes, last minute development happened there, which I was on the right side of. The data told me, switch my play. I was on Krzysztof Jotko the majority of the week. Fight day hit, and I kind of had this vibe that Brendan Allen was going to do exactly what Brendan Allen did. As it got time for me to release the play, I went with my gut, and my gut was Brendan Allen was going to get the win. And that's why being a subscriber will benefit you a lot more than getting one free play off YouTube. Brendan Allen was 1/20th of the puzzle that October 1st was. So I didn't do any dirty deleting there. I'm saying it straight out. I said Krzysztof Jotko is my free play on Wednesday. I told my subscribers, never bet free plays from YouTube. Follow my system, which is texted out. I sent out Brendan Allen 4 units at plus 105 and a half unit to win by finish, both cashed. So, sorry to those that followed the free play and took the L there, but my subscribers, we had a big win on that fight. And, the Dern versus Jan card, it didn't come easy, but it finished just on fire. I take a look at it. I had Randy Costa to win by TKO. That did not happen. I had Juju Soryalenko to win by submission. Very small play, but that didn't happen. Another big loss on that card, I had Alexei Oleinik. I had a 3-unit bet on him. I just did not think that he would look that bad versus Ilir Latifi. I said in my video, Latifi is very low volume, but Alexei Oleinik, man, he looked like he aged 7 years since that. We took a loss on John Castaneda. He had that fight secured in the first round, ran out of gas and lost. Took a loss on Trevin Jones. Again, just didn't come to fight. I'm the handicapper that will tell you when I win and tell you when I lose. Listen, this UFC card was not a losing card. I'm just mentioning the fights I lost on. So now that we got the ugly out of the way, let's talk about the positives. So yeah, lost on Randy Costa. We lost on Alexei Oleinik. We lost on John Castaneda. We lost on Trevin Jones. So remember that. That's 4 losses that I had on that card. We hit an ugly patch. After the Brandon Allen fight, we lost on 4 fights in a row. And that will happen. But what won't happen with every other capper is what I did from there. And here's how it went from there. The Maxim Grishin fight got canceled. That sucked. Had a huge lead on that fight. Saw it got canceled. Jesse Ronson. I put out a huge play on this fight to go under 2.5 rounds. We risked 6.8 units to win 4. And by damn, Ronson got knocked out in the second round. We cashed it. So between the Allen win and that win, it offset the 4 losses we had on that card. What goes better from there is where we went. Randy Brown. I loved Randy Brown in this fight versus Trinaldo. Trinaldo is as tough as it gets. He's never out of a fight. Very, very hard to put away. Very hard to submit. Nearly impossible to submit. Even with the length of Randy Brown, I figured Randy Brown would just find a way to get this done. And I like this play so much, I risked 9 units. Not straight. I'm not laying that kind of chalk. I'm not putting my bettors in that situation. We parlayed Randy Brown with Patricky Pitbull, Bellator. It was a cross-promotion parlay. And I was so confident on this, I went a max play on a parlay. It's hard enough to put out a max play, but I did a max play parlay at plus money with Pitbull and Randy Brown. We risked 7 units. I know, it sounds like a lot. But it won. It won with ease. Both fighters dominated their fights, and we cashed for 8.26 units on that. That's a big win. But I wasn't happy enough there with Randy Brown. I think that the line, him being minus 200, 220 on some books, it wasn't enough. He should have been minus 500. I had to do more with it. I needed more with it. So I knew Mackenzie Dern was losing that fight. All week, I'm saying, the girl's successful on 8% of her takedowns. Jan is such a better striker. Everyone knew that. And even if Dern was able to get her to the ground, would she be able to submit her? The answer was no. Dern had her in a couple excruciatingly close to finish spots and, was too high or was too low. I'm not saying Mackenzie Dern isn't good. I'm saying Mackenzie Dern is not Xiaonan Yan quality. So we took a big parlay here at plus 330 odds. We laid a full 2 units on it with Jan and Randy Brown, and we cashed that with ease for 6.6 units. Another huge win. I wasn't happy enough just putting Jan in a parlay with Randy Brown. Let's say Randy Brown lost. Then I got nothing on Jan, who I love. Total play that I love. Got her at plus 270. We laid 3 units on her and cashed for another 8.3 units. So we look at the fight card, and I don't play for percentage. I play for profit. I think anyone that gambles just wants to win money. They don't want to say, I went 8-8. Not good enough. No, if you go 8-8 for plus 9 units, you're the winner. If you go 4-7 for plus 8 units, did you win? Yeah. That's how my system works. Sometimes I get a new subscriber and they see, we lose 2-3 fights in a row. In fact, actually, after Oleinik and Castaneda lost, I had someone that just subscribed texted me during a trash emoji. It was actually a MacBook on fire, and he said trash. And I replied to him when the UFC card ended and said, am I still trash? I love my subscribers. I appreciate my subscribers. But don't call me trash after 2 losses in a row. If I was going 100% on fight, if anybody's going 100% on fights, I'm signing up with that guy. Take my 81% for what it's worth, because you're going to make a lot of money. Not many handicappers can actually show their full results from the year and say that they are at plus 393 units year to date, but I could. So UFC finishes plus 9.26 units, all said and done. We move on to Bellator. And I said in my video, and I told my subscribers, our big profit is going to come in Bellator. UFC wasn't exactly the most better-friendly card, and I mean that as far as value. There was a lot of chalky situations where we could have won more units, but I don't want to get into a dogfight doing it. There's been nights where I've been down 12 units and had to come back from the dead. I didn't want to lay the juice early, knowing that we had the Bellator card that I had huge leans on. Every fight on the Bellator main card, every single fight, profited on. Fight 1, Juan Archuleta versus Enrique Barzola. This is a dogfight. And I said in my preview video that this is one of the fights of the night. There was no path to victory for Enrique Barzola. He wasn't going to knock out Juan Archuleta. He wasn't going to submit Juan Archuleta. I know he's got the gas tank, but not against Juan Archuleta. Put out a full 5-unit play on Juan Archuleta. Cashed it with ease. Aaron Pico. I was not laying minus 700. Man, I wish I had a bet on the other side, but we still made money on the fight, and another plus money win. The majority of my big wins are on plus money. I'm not the chalky capper. We had Aaron Pico under 2.5 rounds at minus 115. A little bit of juice there. We risked 2.3 units to win the 2 units. Easy cash. This is where I proved over and over again that I do things that other handicappers don't do. Co-main event, Spike Carlisle versus AJ McKee Jr. AJ McKee Jr. is just a total stud. He's cutting his competition like a hot knife through butter, beating the hell out of them. He was minus 500 to get a finish in that fight. Spike Carlisle, and I hinted at this video. I sort of hinted at this. I'm saying, sign up. I got something special lined up in this fight. I love Spike Carlisle. He is impossible to put away. Never been finished as a pro. So you've got a UFC vet in Spike Carlisle that's never been finished as a pro, and you got him at plus 400 to lose by decision. How can someone miss that? The play was always AJ McKee to win by decision at plus 400. Went a full unit on it. Didn't really have to sweat it. Yeah, Spike got beat up in the fight, but at no point was that fight almost stopped. So huge win there with AJ McKee by decision at plus 400. Of course, I wasn't happy enough there. We had to parlay AJ McKee with Pitbull. We also had Pitbull in the UFC cross-promotion parlay with Randy Brown. And Pitbull made relatively easy work of Adam Boric. So that was where that ended. Bellator ended over 5 units. UFC ended over 9 units. We start the month up 14 units. So you think, man, no UFC this weekend. Not much I can do. Not true. Cage Warriors, baby. I had a full week to handicap Cage Warriors, and my God, what a card it was. First off, the Italian fighters. I'm Italian. Props to Italy. They dominated this night. They absolutely owned this card. So Emmanuel Sabatino in the first fight, he was minus 220. We threw a unit at him to win just under a half unit, just to get some action on it. I like to call Cage Warrior fights beer money bets. There's always that 1 or 2 good one per card that we throw a little bit more at. Second fight, Dario Belandi. He was plus 160. We threw a unit at him. Second round submission win. We're 2-0 straight. Third fight, we go with Melissa Sissigny, and she gets the win. We're 3-0. We're cruising. Then we go, I love this play. I had to do it. We had a UFC vet in Carlo Pedersoli, and he's getting plus 140 at home. It was my play of the day. We threw 3 full units at it, cashed with ease, won another 4.6 units. At this point of the card, I'm thinking, oh my God, we're 5-0 and there's only 8 fights. I threw a perfect card parlay out there, which was 8 legs, an 8-leg parlay at plus 2,900. We only risked a 10th unit on it, but we had 5 down and we were staring at possibly cashing this. So we got 5 down, and then I had Hazan to win. We're 6-0. I had Favero to win. We're 7-0. So total 7-0, complete dominating night. I hit the 2 underdogs that cashed. I hit the 5 favorites that cashed, and it all came down to Wooding. I wasn't laying the 220, but he was the last leg of the parlay. He shit the bed. Total shit sandwich. Had the fight won. If you watch the fight, no damage to us. Instead of winning 2.9 units, we lost a tenth of a unit, which if you're a $100 bettor, you lost $10 and almost won $290. Had the fight won, had his opponent knocked down, jumped into his guard, and just got tired. So I end up Cage Warriors at plus, and I like to be exact, plus 7.41 units, going 7-1 straight. It was a hell of a Friday afternoon for Cage Warriors from Italy. A subscription to the MMA Shark is not just UFC plays. It's not just Bellator and UFC plays. It's UFC, Bellator, PFL, LFA, Invicta, Cage Warriors, and boxing. And I even throw other stuff out there. If I see value in it, I'm putting plays out there. It's sad that Dana White's Contender Series is gone. Gonna so miss it because we went for over 50 units in 10 weeks, over 80 units in 10 weeks in 2021. I don't think there's a close second when it comes to Cage Warriors, but all in all, I don't think there's a close second when it comes to MMA handicapping, what I've been doing. So Saturday was a rare no UFC, no Bellator, no PFL. I still found something for us to make money on. Like I say, boxing is included when I have the time. If there's a UFC event going on a Saturday night, I'm not even looking at boxing. But Saturday night, we had a great boxing card on Showtime. And, I was going to throw a little something at it. And the little something at it turned into a lot more than we expected. And I'll just give a quick recap. Chances are most people here don't follow boxing like I do. And like I said, I follow it when there's no UFC. But I found a way to make my guys, some my subscribers, a little something when there's no events. And, it went for over 5 units. Had Edward Vasquez for 2 units, minus 210. We lost a small play on Jarwin Ankajaz. It was a half-unit play. But the big one, we had Adams fight under 10.5 rounds. Got the knockout in the 3rd round. And we had Sebastian Funduro to win by TKO. It didn't happen. But we lost on that one. But we also had Funduro and Adams in a parlay. So, a little something, plus 5 units on a Saturday night. October is on fire. We are plus 27.5 units right now in October, with the greatest yet to come this Saturday night. Actually, Saturday at 4 p.m., we have UFC Vegas 62. I will be on here later this week to do a preview video on that. Just a little bit about where the MMA Shark is right now, where we stand. 393 units year to date, 27 units on the month. Everything's been fire. We're going to keep it that way. Jump over to the website, www.themmashark.com, and help yourself out. Make some extra money. Christmas is coming. Let's make Christmas a little merrier this year by cashing some extra tickets. For now, it's Paul, the MMA Shark, checking out, and I wish you guys nothing but the best. www.themmashark.com. Big MMA coming up. Let's be there. Let's cash tickets. Don't read about it. Be a part of it.